Andrew Novak and Ben Griffin are two of the hottest golfers on the PGA Tour this year. Their aspirations towards the Ryder Cup are coming to a head at the end of the season. They have a built-in pairing that they can use for Captain Keegan Bradley as some fodder to see if they can pad their way onto that team and beat out guys like Justin Thomas and Jordan Spieth.
PGA Tour Live has these ESPN bet streams, which has been an innovation here this year, which gives us an opportunity to showcase the betting and fantasy side of things. And normally I've done those in studio, but being out here on site this week offers up a new opportunity for me to do my hits from TPC Southwind and really give a focus on what's happening on the golf course. I got into this because my background originally is in big data. And one of my first jobs out of college, I did relationship data for a marketing automation company. And it really just taught me how to build giant databases. I said, I can build a golf database. I want to do golf stats. And I started making YouTube videos. I think I was attractive to the PGA Tour because I can speak well in front of a camera for the most part. I bring a very data-driven approach, which allows me to speak to ideas that might be contextualized to help educate audiences and provide more information than just what my gut would say.
If you're looking for any historical context, these guys have played together on the PGA Tour 13 different times in their careers. Strong advantage goes to Tommy Fleetwood, who has won 9 of those matchups. They have never tied.
I try to strike a good balance between being the back-end data guy who has my hood up and I'm typing in all the spreadsheets, and then trying to be in front of a camera. For me, I learned a lot of that just being on YouTube, quite honestly, getting more comfortable being in front of a camera, speaking into a microphone, knowing a little bit about audio and video. Most people can either do the data or they can speak in front of a camera. I think being at least decent at both gives me a little bit of a leg up.
So I'm prepping for this Tommy Fleetwood and Justin Rose hit. They're playing out of the final group together, and I'm looking at the stats to see if there's anything notable from either one of these guys. And they've both gotten this far in very similar ways. They're both driving it well, they're both flagging it on their approaches, and they're both picking up nearly 3.5 strokes with the putter. So they're nearly identical.
I had that aha moment when I realized there was not a lot of people who were doing golf full time, and there were very few people who were doing golf data, golf fantasy, golf betting full time. And I was running my website on the side. It was doing okay, it was growing, and I thought, I think I could do this. If I was giving this 8 hours a day, I think it could grow really fast.
You could get both of these guys to make a deep run into the playoffs without the starting strokes to the Tour Championship. Maybe they sneak into the top 5.
This is not for everybody. When I quit my job to do this full time, it was incredibly liberating. It was incredibly exciting. It was scary. It was every emotion in one, but I think I'm the type of person who's willing to bet on myself, and I would rather have at least tried and failed than not done it at all.
Copy. Let's go. Yeah, thanks, Coach. It's rare, right? We track these nationality wagers. We knew this top UK and Irish market has been brewing all week long, but to see both of the guys in the final group waving that English flag is incredibly rare.
There are so many things that we can't account for. Golf is an outdoor game. Golf is an individual sport. Sometimes these guys wake up, they're not feeling well. I think the data allows you to really learn about the types of players and about the types of golf courses. We're traveling to a different venue constantly.
Okay.
Not bad.
Left side of the green. That's fine.
When I get on site, I want to see a lot of how the golf course is playing. I want to see how penal the rough is for golfers who are going to miss the fairway. Is it incredibly thick? Is the ball sitting down in it? How is it reacting when it comes out of the rough? I also want to see how the golf ball is reacting on the greens. Is it firm? Is it fast? Are they receptive? Those attributes of the golf course apply to every golfer in the field. So being on site and seeing that goes a long way.
So Fleetwood was closer. It just was deceptive.
Oh, from the angle.
Then you can start to identify individual golfers who look like they're struggling on the range. It's usually a big tell. You know the guys who are grinding before and after their rounds with lots of training aids and all their coaches huddling up. It's not usually a very good sign. And then guys that seem to be just going through their work as normal, sticking to the routine, that's usually a better sign. But when I'm on site, I like to take in a lot of what's happening on the golf course.
Tommy's not only getting pressure from Scotty, now he's getting pressure from
Rosie.
Rosie. Spawn's still in it.
I like to think that mixing my gut is more about mixing the momentum of a tournament. There's a weird feeling when you're out here at a golf course. The event crescendos towards the end, and you can get a feel for guys that are making bomb putts everywhere and they're going to be ejecting themselves from the tournament. So my gut turns into a lot of feeling the way that the tournament is ebbing and flowing, which golfers are making moves. But I'll admit, being out on the golf course more makes me want to use data less because there's things out here that you can't get in a spreadsheet. So it's a balance that I try to work with.
So they're all tied right now. So Tommy makes par, everybody moves on.
The data adapts. We've gotten a lot more data in professional golf over the course of the last handful of years. Now on a shot-by-shot level, we're able to see trajectories and shot shapes and things that I could only have imagined. The data in itself is adapting. The modeling gets better. We have more information to work off of to backtest. We can use AI to improve our models. Yes, the game is evolving, the players are evolving, but our systems are evolving as well.
No, here's your man, not my
He's
man.
looking very confident. He's looking very stoic.
He has one look.
I know. That's part about him.
I think the advice that I would give to bettors is know your goal. If you are trying to be a professional bettor, or at least I shouldn't say a professional bettor, someone who wants to be a winning bettor who wants to track all their bets, the way that you should wager on golf is entirely different than if you are just looking to be a recreational or entertaining bettor. And I cannot separate those two enough. If you are trying to do this professionally or trying to keep track of it, the lines matter a lot more. What you're wagering on matters a lot more. Staying away from parlays and doing, tournament matchups would probably be a better situation for you. If you're a recreational bettor, like the vast majority of bettors are, and you're just looking to put $20 down on something to have a rooting interest on Sunday afternoon, that's great. Use your gut. You don't have to use data at all. So I think just knowing your goals, understanding your goals, and then applying those to the types of wagers that you're going to make.
Oh, yeah. That's my boy.
I think it's okay to do whatever you want. I don't think you have to pick a lane. You don't have to say, I'm a recreational bettor, or I'm taking this much more seriously. I think most people should fall into the category of recreational bettors, and I think most people do fall into the categories of recreational bettors. They look at their investment more as the cost of entertainment. If I do get a return, if I do win, that's great, but at the same time, I got 3 hours or 3 days worth of entertainment.
Thanks, Steven. Been a blast. Appreciate you, brother.
Clear.